Okay, so good morning everyone. Here we are, 4th of September in Edinburgh, 2020, nice sunny day, which is very welcome. So we're going to start off using some weights and with standing. So have your weights ready. We won't use them quite exactly yet actually, let's just do a wee warm up first. Okay, so let's start off with our feet hip distance, and we're just going to move our weight from foot to foot. Richard, can I see more of you? Could you tilt your camera a little bit? That's better, yeah. So what you're wanting to do is spread across the front of your feet and see how much of your foot you can engage across the ball of the foot, pressing into the floor, lifting the heel and just press back into the floor. Really beginning to be aware of your feet. Not so much swaying, just lift that heel and really press down, with the heel pressed down. Just becoming aware of how your feet support you. That's it, Richard, nice. Okay, lovely. Lovely, and then both feet on the floor. We're taking the hands on the hips. We're just going to do a few rolls. So we're taking the hips back to the side, bringing them forward to the other side and back. So you can keep your knees slightly bent as you do this. So this is getting into the hips as well as the sides a little bit. Okay, we'll go the other way now. So going to the side, back. Can you make more of a sway with the hips, Richard? So we're going back, side, and then forward, bring the hips forward to the side. Right, let's take that into a figure of 8. So we're doing it as a figure of 8. Keep your knees soft. Yeah. So we're doing a figure of 8. Richard, you look like you're just going back and forward. We want to go like an 8 and then changing direction with our 8, going the other way. So it's a bit of a salsa movement here. Lovely, nice, good. Then bringing the feet a little bit wider, we're going to just stretch out that right arm, reach for the ceiling and then sliding down so we get that little stretch up in the right. And then we're going to the left, stretching, and to the right. And to the left. Nice, lovely. Okay, feet hip distance again. Let's just do some rotations. So as we roll, can we just bend the knees so we're involving the whole body? Keep the feet pointing forward. Feet pointing forward, that's it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Change the direction. Breathing, get the breath going. Nice, and then just finish with the back and down. Great. Okay, now soften the knees. We're going to hug the chest and then just curling forward, round the spine. Lovely, and then coming up, open out, and then chest to the sternum to the ceiling, lean back. So you're bending the other way, and then hug the spine, so have your arms the other way around, rounding the back. And then opening the arms, lean back. Just lean back as far as you feel comfortable. Nice, and then release. Good, okay, so now we take our weights So we're going to start off with our arms. You've got your elbows into your waist and then have your hands out as if you're making a tray. Now before you do that, can we just roll our shoulders back and down and then bring the elbows in? So we're not doing it like this, we're doing it like that. Can you see the difference? And then we're going to exhale, open out. Keep your knees slightly soft. Inhale, exhale, open, inhale. And as you exhale to open, can you squeeze your elbows in towards your side? So hopefully as you squeeze your elbows in, you feel that broadening across the front of the chest. Exhale, open, inhale. Rosie's tin of chickpeas. Inhale, open. Okay, last one. Lovely, and then release. Okay, now we're taking, you take your arms out like that. So you're stretching your arms out, shoulder width. Now bend your elbows, straighten your elbows, and then turn your palms up to the ceiling. Keep your elbows up at shoulder height, keep your knees slightly soft, and then we're just going to 1, 2, 3, keep your shoulders down, 4, keep the arms up, 5, 6, so you want your elbows to stay shoulder height. Keep your shoulders rolling back and down. Don't hunch. 6, 7, soften the knees. 8, keep your shoulders down. 9, 10, okay? Yep, nice. Now, roll your shoulders back and down, just holding your weights. Just notice how you can let your arms drop. Feeling the arms stretching down, let your shoulders also come down. Take a breath in, and then we're going to lift up the arms. Bend your elbows slightly, roll your shoulders back and down, and then we're going to put 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Can you squeeze your shoulders together as you open? Keep your elbows up at shoulder height. Keep your shoulders down though, so we're not hunching. Let's do 5 more. 1, 1. So elbows up. 2. Bending at the elbow. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And release. Okay, lovely. So again, standing, getting lovely and tall. Let the weights lengthen your arms, drop your shoulders. So this time we're going to take our arms up in the air. So you might need to make a Y shape, or you can bend your elbows slightly. And we're going to keep the shoulders down, away from the ears. Just try and keep your elbows in parallel. So don't let the elbows go out. They might go out a bit, but try and keep a feeling of bringing your elbows in parallel. And then we're going to drop down. 1, straighten. 2, straighten. Soften your knees. 1. Keep these elbows parallel if you can. So Rosie, can you keep these elbows closer in towards each other? So you want to keep your elbows over your shoulders if you can. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's do 5 more. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, shoulders down. 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. and release. Great, lovely. And then we'll just, we'll put our weights down. So hopefully you'll feel, you know, a little bit of zing in your arms, which shows that you've been working nicely. Okay, so we're needing a little chair or something like that. We're going to face down our chair. Feet hip distance. And we're going to just turn our left foot ever so slightly and bring the right foot forward. We're taking that into Trikonasana. We're going to hinge from the top of the right leg. You can take the feet wider if you find that quite easy to get down. And you'll notice that stretch in the inner thigh. Rotate your chest to face to the front and roll your left shoulder so it starts to face up to the ceiling. And then you can just bring your arm up. And let's hold that. Let's breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Two more breaths. Lovely. And then rotate so that you're facing your chair. And we're standing still on that front leg, the right leg. Bend your right knee. We're going to transfer our weight to the right leg and then just let that left leg float up, keeping both hips parallel. And then we're just going to take our right hand, our right arm, and stretch it forward. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Activate from your belly. Draw your belly in and up. So ideally one straight line from your fingertips to the heel. Keep stretching the arm, stretching the leg. Breathing. Two more breaths, shoulder away from the ears. And release. Bringing that foot down, and then we'll just do a little Uttanasana. So hand forward onto your chair. Covering the breath, relaxing the upper body. Yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. Okay, now from there, let's just bend our knees and see if you can let go with your hands and just catch your hands behind your back. Push your hands away so you're squeezing your shoulders together. Now, if that's hard to do, you can just have your arms out, not caught. And then as you come up, can you bring your sternum forward? Ah, nice, Richard, yeah. Lovely. Good, very good. And then release. Okay, and then let's do that to the other side now. So we're coming back down our mat. Or, yeah, you can change. And we're going to just slightly bend our right foot, bring our left foot forward. And then we're going to hinge from the top of that left leg, facing forward. You can take your legs wider if that's fine, if that's easy for you. So you're going to notice that stretch down the inner thigh. So if it's a bit strong, you can come up a little bit more. So just work within your capacity to release and soften. We're going to roll our trunk to face forward, and we want this time the right shoulder to be pointing up to the ceiling, and then we can bring the arm up. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Lovely. Really feel that feet working, pressing the outer edge of that back foot, activating the big toe joint on both feet. Great, okay, and then from there we'll bring our hands down, turn that back foot. So we're facing onto our chair, and then we're going to bend that front leg, the left leg, and transfer the weight onto the left leg. Bring up the right leg this time, and we're going to stretch forward with that left hand. Yep, that's it. And we want our hips to be parallel. See if we can stretch the standing leg. That's it, Rosie. Get that leg higher. Keep lifting higher. Beautiful. Yeah, you can let your upper body drop a bit so you can hinge a bit more so that you get the leg lifting higher. So ideally you want the leg and the arm to be the same height. Shoulder, that's it, yeah. Good, Rosie. Nice breathing. So let's do 3 more breaths. Great. And then we're going to bend that knee, place the foot back, and let's do our Uttanasana again. Okay, so bending our knees, and we're going to either catch the hands or put them behind the back, squeeze our shoulders together, come up with a lovely open chest. That's it, Richard, beautiful, yep. Nice, Victoria. Lovely, and then release. Okay, right, from there, come back to the end of our mat, and we're going to do Warrior I. So we've got our feet parallel. Just turn your feet out slightly, just about 10 degrees or something, and then we're taking our right leg forward, keep our left leg back. Now as we do that, we want to keep our hips square. You might need to turn your back foot a little bit more, and then as you exhale, we're going to just drop into that front leg. So we want to keep the knee over the ankle, so it really depends on each person. The width you need for your leg. So if you find that your knee shoots past your ankle, that means you can go wider. And you want to be just, eventually, you want to have this thigh parallel to the floor. And then we're going to just raise up our arms. If you can hook your thumbs, drop your shoulders, really feel that back heel dropping. Even if it's not on the floor, you can feel it dropping towards the floor. Breathing. Lovely, and then inhale to come up. Great. Excellent, so let's do that to the other side. So we've got our feet parallel. Just turn the feet slightly, and this time we'll leave the right leg where it is. Take a big step forward with that left leg. Just check that you keep your feet apart. So don't start bringing your feet back into the center, your legs back into the center point. Keep the right to the right, left to the left, so that you've got space to bring your hips round. So you're rotating this time the left hip, bending, the right hip, and then bend your left knee. You might feel that stretch on the front of the hip. That's really nice. And then stretching up. Now, if you were hooking your thumbs, can you hook the other way? It will feel very odd. Nice. And really working into that back leg. Feel the stretch. If you have very tight calves, you can put your heel up on something, press into a block, if that helps. Drop the shoulders, breathing. Two more breaths. Really stretching into that back heel, and then as we exhale, coming up, you can bring your back leg forward. Yes. Try that again, Ruth. See if you can bring your leg forward without using the chair. Dropping down, take a breath in. Yeah, good. Lovely. Okay. Right. Let's do one more standing. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll do our wide leg forward bend. So taking our feet wide. So you want it to be as wide so that you're getting a nice stretch, but you're not going so wide that you feel out of control. And we want to make sure that the feet are parallel, and also that you're bringing the weight to the outside edge of your feet. And then we're going to hinge from the top of the leg. You can use a little chair or stool. If that feels okay, you can come a little bit lower and hang. And those of you that are very flexible, obviously, if you want to go lower, by all means. First of all, let's have the hands forward, so we're getting a long line in the spine. So wherever you're hanging, just find a place where you can soften, relax, so you're not stressing your body, and you're not causing your body to brace against the movement. But if you go too far, you'll find that you'll clench up, and obviously that's going to be counterproductive. So just ease off a little bit till you can find a place where you've got a bit of stretch going on, but you can still soften into it. And those of you that are, if you're super flexible, you can put your hands between your feet, bring your elbows parallel, just let your head hang. Lovely. And then to come up, let's walk these hands away again. Just work your feet slightly in and then take the hands on the hips. You can bend the knees. Hands on the hips, Ruth, lovely. And then come up, long spine, beautiful. Yeah, and then bring the feet together. Nice. Okay, so from there, we're going to head down to the floor. So we're going to be kneeling, so if you need to have extra height, you can, I'll just change the angle here. So if you like, you can kneel onto a bolster or cushions. But if you're happy to sit on your heels, then just sit on your heels. I'm going to take that right leg and cross it over the left. And open out the heels to sit between the heels. Now if you've got, if that's an issue for you, you can do it this way. So you can start off sitting up on something, and then you can take the right knee and see if you can put it on top of the left knee. You can keep one leg straight and just sit nice and tall like that. But if you're okay with also taking that other leg back, and we are going to just breathe into this position. Okay, right. Holding the knee, let's get tall. Yes. So Richard, if you get yourself up on a height, that's it. And then straighten the left leg and then bring the right leg to the other side of the left leg. And then we're holding that right leg and lifting up as tall as we can. Okay, and then we're going to see if we can come forward. And as you do that, see if you can drop the weight into your hips as you come forward. So it's just going to give you a little bit extra stretch. Into the hip. Very nice, Richard, that's lovely. Yeah, if you find it too extreme, as I say, you can do it with one leg. And keep working forward if you can. Keep the hips weighted down. And then to come forward, lengthen the crown of the head, come up, lovely long spine. And then we're going to take our right arm and swing that left arm round. Drop our shoulders. So we've got the right leg in front, so we're taking the right arm and left arm underneath. Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Hello, you've got through to 4121 258 15.
Right, I hope Hakeem can knock that a bit out. So where are we? Okay, lovely. And release. Nice, okay, and then we'll undo the legs, give them a little shake. So if you were doing one leg, keep the right leg straight now, and then we'll take that left knee over, and then if you can, drop the knee down to sit on top of the right knee. So you've got your left knee on top of the right knee. So that in itself is already giving a bit of a stretch going on, so you can stay at that level if that works. But if you can then take your right leg, right heel back behind you, and then we're sitting between the heels. And you can sit up on something. If you like. So again, we're always looking to making sure that we don't go so much into something that is causing us to kind of lock our body, like brace against the softening. But at the same time, you don't want to just sit doing nothing. So it's always finding the edge between not working and just going too much that it's counterproductive. Okay, so we're sitting up really tall and then get lovely long in the front body. You can hinge forward and just notice where you feel that. Softening into that. Lovely. And then gently coming up. And then we'll take the left arm. That's it, Richard, and then come up. And then we're bringing our left arm and we're going to swing the right arm underneath. Breathe. Nice. And release. Great. Okay, and then we'll stretch our legs out again, give them a little shuggle. And then staying up on a raise if you find that helpful. You'll need your belt, which I haven't got. I'll just get my belt. So we're going to stretch the legs out, see if we can send the heels away, toes up to the ceiling, and we're sitting tall as we can, feeling our sit bones descending back and down, the sternum lifting up. And then we're going to take the belt around that right leg. So we're getting a lovely straight spine, and then we're going to rotate to the left, taking the left arm, taking the left shoulder round. Making sure we're not leading with the arm, rather take the shoulder back and then the arm just stays in line with the shoulder. So don't throw your arm, don't throw your hand back. Breathing. Keep turning. Nice, and release. Great, so we'll change sides. So take your belt to the left, holding. Get nice and straight. If you find that you've got some slack, you can catch your belt lower down, so you're hinging from the left hip. And then we're turning that right shoulder back, and then just let your arm come out. Yeah, now don't, Richard, don't put your arm back so far. More think of your shoulder back. So don't lead with the arm. Otherwise you end up overstretching the ligaments here. So yeah, that's it. That's fine. So don't take that. The hand's fine there, the arm's fine. So now think about turning more from the right shoulder. Beautiful. That's it. Keep the height. Nice, Victoria. Breathing. You want to get as tall as you can, even as you're rotating. Shoulders down. And then release, coming back to center. Okay, and then from there we'll take that into Kanasana. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together. You can be propped up. You can use your wobble cushion for this. This is a nice little wobble challenge. And then we're going to hold our belt around the feet and use that to help us pull the feet to, it's like you're trying to lift your feet off the floor. And you're sending the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Open your chest, so free. You're opening the sternum, broadening across the front of the chest. So we don't want to have this kind of position, it's that open position. Now if you find that you're quite far down, you can just dispense with your belt, catch your feet, and still get that open chest. But if you find catching your feet causes you to hunch your chest, it's much better to stay with the belt. Breathing. So all the time, it's a very active position. We're letting the crown of the head lengthen up, bringing the knees out to the side. And also, if you're quite far down, you can think about bringing your tummy forward as though you were about to bend forward. And that's going to increase that glute stretch. Lovely, and release. Nice. Okay, so from there, let's stretch our legs again and give them a little shake. Good. Now you might need some cushions for this. What we're going to do is bend our right ankle and just put it on top, above the knee, and then you can use whatever cushion so that you've got support for your knee. And then we're going to take our belt around the straight leg, the left leg, and then see how tall we can lift up. And then if there's any forward movement, can we move forward? Yeah, don't put your leg quite so far over, Rosie, so you can drop your knee down. Just have it on have the ankle just still on the thigh. Yeah, that's it. So you might feel this in the hip. You may not feel it in the hip, in which case what I say to you is nice for you, because I feel it in my hip. All right, it's quite good for really getting that stretch. Just working your way down. Yeah, keep your ankle further. Rosie, you've got your foot too far over, so bring it back. Yeah, that's it. And then if you can, just let your head go. Nice. And then release. So everyone's going to feel that in a slightly different, you're going to be challenged by that pose in a slightly different way. Okay, lovely. So then hop back up if you were using something, and then we're going to do it to the other side. So we're taking our left ankle and just put it just above the knee, but not so far. If you put it too far over, you can't really get your knee down. So if you've got knobbly legs and it's hurting you, you can always put a cushion or something under you. So you want to try and get that knee going down to the side, and if you need to support your knee, then just do that, so that you're not stressing your knee. And then we're taking it out around the leg, and let's get the height, sitting up as tall as we can. And then if there is any forward movement, you can start to creep forward. Using your breath to breathe into. That's nice, Trish, lovely. Yeah, great. Using your breath to relax and soften wherever you feel any tension. Yeah, see if you can relax your arms a bit, Rosie. If you have long arms, so if you have your arms straight, hold further down. Yeah, hold your belt further down, so you're not having to also be stressed in your upper body. Lovely, and then we'll release. Great. Okay, good work, guys. So from there, let's head down to the floor. So if you need to have something under your head, if you find that helps, then have that. And we'll just hug our knees to the chest, tuck our shoulders under. Now catch your right knee around your left, and then just catch it. So you've got your right knee over your left knee. See if with your left hand you can just catch your left knee, and then let your knees go just a little bit over to the left. Keep pulling your knees towards your chest as you do it. So again, we're getting into the hip. If that feels okay, you can keep going, but keep the control. Keep pulling the knees towards your chest, and then you might end up on the floor, but keep bringing the knees towards your chest. And keep that right shoulder down on the floor. Lovely, and then we'll change side. So both feet down. So we're crossing, we'll bring your knees up first to your chest, and then cross that left knee over right. So you're taking the right hand and just catching the right knee, and then just let your knees go over. Keep your bottom down, because we're trying to get the stretch in the opposite glute, so that's, keep the tailbone moving, connecting down to the floor. And this left shoulder stays down. You might find that you can easily get to the floor. Just have a touch one toe to the floor. Don't flop to the floor. Just keep one toe touching. You're wanting to feel that in the opposite hip. So we're all the time pulling the knees closer to your chest. So if you're easily down on the floor, you should have your knees really close to your chest. And then that brings it back into that glute, into that left glute. Breathing. Lovely. And then bringing the knees back. We're going to unwind. And just catch your knees to your chest again, tucking the shoulders under. And just relaxing in that position for a moment. Nice. Now, from there, we're going to just do a resting Kanasana, which we were doing actively earlier on. So if you find something to put under your knees, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let them come on the floor. Or if you find it more comfortable, you can have the soles of the feet raised and we're allowing the knees to drop. So you can use your cushions whichever way supports that position. Or you can put something underneath your knees to support your knees. So we're looking to be able to just relax in the groin area and just allow the knees to descend without bracing against it. And also you can bring the heels as close as you can manage and still maintain a relaxed position. And then we're going to take the arms over the head. If you can have the arms parallel to each other, otherwise make a nice Y shape. We want to let the arms drop to the floor and just use the exhalation to relax the weight of the body down into your mat. Noticing as you breathe in that the breath is slightly deeper, slightly longer, and also how the tummy rises on that inhalation and sinks on the exhalation. Lovely. Now, keeping the left leg where it is, we're going to just hook the right leg with our belt and just stretch up, straighten up the right leg, but try and keep that left leg going out to the side as you do so. Keep your shoulders tucked under. And just noticing it's a little bit harder to relax that right knee out to the side. See if you can find a way to soften and relax the right knee. Sorry, not the right knee, I mean the left knee. I mean the knee that's going out to the side. Yeah, you can have your leg bent if your hamstrings are not going to let you straighten it completely. But see if you can keep your shoulders relaxed and your chest in a neutral position. Breathing. So just breathe into wherever you feel. You might feel it in the groin area, just slightly not wanting to let you open. And don't forget, you can use a cushion to support you. To support your knee under your knee if that helps to relax. Lovely. Okay, and then the knee that's out to the side, just bring it back up. So the knee's pointing up to the ceiling. Again. And then we're going to just straighten that left leg. And then take the right leg now, the one that the straight leg, take it out to the right. And stretch through that left leg. You might feel it in the hip flexor. Bringing that right foot as close up towards, lifting it up as well as out to the side. And notice how you have to resist with that left hip. Lovely, and then release. Great. Okay, so we're going to return to our Kanasana position. And this time we're going to leave the right leg out to the side. We're going to take our left leg and stretch it up. And at the same time, just keep that right knee bent out to the side. If you need to put something underneath it to support it, then by all means do. Because it's really what we're looking for is to find a way to soften and relax into that right groin. And if you feel any tightening there, just try propping up your leg. Not too much, just enough that you still want to have something to soften into. If you prop it up too much, there's nowhere for your leg to go. Okay, now tuck your shoulders under. We're breathing into this. Lovely, nice, Richard. Let's do 5 more breaths. Softening, relaxing as much as you can. Breathing into wherever you feel the resistance. Use the exhalation to release any resistance that you can. Nice, lovely. And then we're going to take that right leg and just bring the knee now to point up to the ceiling. Good. And then just gently stretch through that right leg. If you've still got your cushion underneath you, that's absolutely fine, don't worry. And then we're going to hold the belt, hold that left leg now just on with the left hand, and we'll open that left leg out to the side. And really resist in that right hip. So don't let the right hip follow, but keep the right hip rolling down to the right. And then with that left leg, can you bring it forward as well as out to the side? Some of you can catch your toe joint, your big toe, and pull the foot towards you as you take it out to the side. So we're working into that right hip to prevent it from rolling, and you'll feel that opening coming in the groin, in the right groin. Breathing. Breathing. So we're not just hanging here, there's strong work going on. Yeah, just bend your knee a little bit more, Richard, I think. You can bend your knee if you like, Richard. Yeah, that's good. Lovely, 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 lovely. And 2 more breaths. Nice, and then release. Okay, and then from there we'll just go into our relaxation, so you can let your cushion support your knees, just let your knees flop in a relaxed way. Use something under your head if you find that helps you. And we're going to just take a few moments to let the breath fill the belly on that inhalation. Sinking on the exhalation. Just relaxing through the body. So we want to get a feeling of dropping the weight of the body down into the mat with every exhalation. Noticing the rise and the fall of the breath. And you might notice that as you exhale and just let the weight of your body drop, you can get a feeling of lightness coming into that part of the body that you've dropped. If you let your heels drop, and then you get this lovely light feeling, almost like you're floating. That's a good way to check if you've really dropped your weight. The more you drop your weight, the more you let the floor support you, then the lighter the body can feel. It's a very relaxing feeling. Okay, and then from there we're just going to take a deep breath, moving our fingers and toes, stretching our arms and legs. Just have a good stretch, and let's roll onto one side before we take a moment on one side. And then from there we'll come into our sitting to finish together. Lovely, thank you all.